it is. Okay. Okay. Well, again, welcome everybody. So, LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network, and it's your virtual Rolodex. Now, some of you younger folks may not remember these, but here was your contact list in alphabetized cards, and you have to sift through them to find someone that you wanted to call. Now, aren't you glad we have smartphones now? Like, wow. So, LinkedIn launched in the May of 2003, and they got over 4,500 members in the first month. So now they have about 850 plus million members in over 200 countries, and 40% log on daily. 2 new members sign up every second. Though LinkedIn is more B2B and B2C, LinkedIn users are sophisticated consumers. And your main reason to be on LinkedIn is to strengthen your professional network. So remember this, it's not who you know, it's who your friends know. And also to build trust and credibility. People buy from whom they know and trust. Now, this is the LinkedIn power formula. So for each unique connection in your first level, you will have approximately 100 additional number twos. So with 3,660 connections that I have, so I have about 366,000 number twos and around 17 million number threes. Okay, so this is basically how it works. So let's say you're the green guy. Okay, so you're connected to the blue guy, and he's connected to the yellow guy. So the yellow guy is a second level connection to you. Now the yellow guy is connected to the little blue guy, and he's a third level connection to you. And you'll be able to connect with your third level people directly, but it helps knowing who the people are that are in between you. And I'll show you how to do this when we go live onto LinkedIn itself. I'll kind of give you a tour around it. But it's not about B2B or B2C. It's about P2P. It's people to people. So it's like going to a never-ending 24/7 Chamber of Commerce networking event. So consider that there are a few live networking events now, but LinkedIn has become the place to network. You're making connections with people, not companies. You connect with people and follow companies, and you can follow a person without connecting to them. So the first thing is your professional profile. Okay, so your professional profile is more than just your resume. If you own your business, your profile should not give the impression that you're looking for a job. It's about making connections. And again, I'm going to say this several times, it's not who you know, it's who your friends know. You become known as an expert in your field or industry and establish credibility. It helps with reputation management and Google searches or search engine optimization, SEO. You have 7 seconds to catch someone's attention to make a good impression. Okay, and now this is new. Your website appears on your personal profile. This is a legitimate backlink for SEO, search engine optimization. And then when you click on your logo and company name, it goes down to your experience. So I'll cover experience in a little bit. And again, I'll show you how all this works when we go live. So first you need a picture. Okay, your picture on your personal profile listing. So this is like the white pages. And you're networking here. Not having a recent professional looking headshot here is like going to a networking event with a paper bag on your head. Okay, bad idea. One of the things you want to do is crop it correctly. Okay, so just make sure your face is not too dark or too small and not too casual. Don't use a selfie. Also make sure, again, it's a headshot, okay? Like I've seen people I remember this one client of mine that had a picture of him and his wife in front of the Golden Gate Bridge, okay? You cannot see his face, all right? And, having a picture with your spouse there is wonderful, but which one, are we connecting with, okay? So if you're in a husband and wife team, each person should have their own profile. And just think about this way, because you have more publicity that way with each person having their own profile. Okay. And, have someone take the shot of you against a plain background if possible. Smile, look friendly as if you were meeting someone at a networking event. Please, no logos. That's for the company profile, which I'll cover in detail next week. My webinar next week is just on business pages. So, and you'll get the link to that one in the email when I send you the video. No funky avatars, stickers, or filters. Save those for Facebook. And don't be cute or funny unless you think you're a comedian, okay? Like this person I'm actually related to, okay? He's retired, he doesn't care. I would just take down the whole profile if you're not gonna use it, but please. All right, so here's some the strong profile elements. You want your full name and location, okay? Please don't put just your first name and last initial. All right. There were, again, I said the 850 plus million people on LinkedIn, and there may be someone else with your name. Okay. So if I want to connect with you and we had a phone conversation, so I don't have your LinkedIn link and I go search for you. Okay. And I find several people with the same name. Okay. So I want to know which person I'm talking to. Okay, so where are you located? All right, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, and yes, I'm international. Okay, but I don't put global on there. That's kind of dumb. All right, you want to know where you're located because you're connecting with people. I see people, put all different things up, on their United States, and I said, where in the United States? Okay, no, I want to know where you're located. And your position in your current company, and then be honest. How can you help someone? There's more space now in the headline. Before you were only allowed, so many characters, and now you've got more space. And then experience is going to want at least 2 past jobs with descriptions. There's also skills, education, recommendations, and extras, publications, volunteer work, certifications, things like that. And I'll get into some of those in more detail, and I'll show you when we go live. Okay. Now, if you need to edit your profile, just click on the little pen icon. In fact, you can do that everywhere. Everywhere you see the pen, that's how you edit that section. So, so you want to make sure that everything looks good. And again, you only have one chance to make a good first impression. Then you've got the custom URL. Okay, so when you view your profile, if you look at the top address bar and see a bunch of numbers at the end, you want to have a custom or vanity URL. So you want to click on Edit Public Profile to get to your vanity URL, and you want to just use your name. Okay, so here you can also edit what people see if they are not connected with you. So your connections see everything. You can also edit your visibility. For instance, if you want to hide your profile while you're updating it, you can do it here. However, you do want eventually to be public so people can find you. And if somebody already has your name and the URL, you might have to add your middle initial or maybe your state location, whatever it is, to make it a unique, it has to be a unique URL. Okay. Now we have the cover graphic. Okay, so the cover graphic dimensions are 1584 by 396 pixels. Okay, so if you try and go over to Canva and create one with your, okay, I'm going to put somebody in. If you try to go to Canva and create one with their template, it's the wrong size because it's a different size for the personal cover graphic than the business page cover graphic. They keep changing these things all the time. So what you want to do, if you want to create a graphic in Canva, you want to do a custom dimensions and put 1584 by 396 pixels, so you make it the correct size in there. Also, if you add text to it, be careful that the text is not obstructed by your profile picture. So next we go into the contact info, okay? And this is really important. Okay, if someone asks me for a referral, I'm not going to send them somebody who doesn't have how to contact them. Okay, and you can add your phone number if you want people to call you, if you have a location where you want clients and customers to visit. Plus, this is a place to put your website link. Now, this creates a legitimate backlink to help with SEO. And when I go online, I'll show you what the form here looks like. But it's really important that you have this information here. And when you connect your Twitter accounts, when you, let's say you're on a website and you want to share an article over to LinkedIn, you also have the option to share it to Twitter at the same time, which saves some time. So, but you have to have your Twitter account in your, in here in your profile. Okay, then you've got the section where it's skills. So here you can put up to 50 skills. Now this is like industry, you have industry knowledge. So this is an example of industry knowledge. So, but then what's important about these is these are keywords that help you come up in searches. And so you may need to update these if you're shifting from being an employee to a business owner. Okay, then these are some of the technology under skills. So think of different ways to say the same thing. Okay, so because you never know, somebody might be searching for something related to you, but then realize that you're the person that they're looking for. So you want to make sure that you've got all your bases covered here. Then we have recommendations. So a recommendation is written by someone who knows you or your work. Okay. And don't ask people you don't know for a recommendation. If you're on somebody else's profile, you can click on more to recommend them or ask them for a recommendation. So this is where you can go if you click on your profile and you click on more, this drop down menu, so you can either request a recommendation from somebody or recommend somebody. Now you have to be connected to the person of whom you're requesting the recommendation. Okay, and it's going to ask you how you knew these people. Okay, you either worked with them, you were involved in a project together or something, or they were a supervisor, you were you supervised them, they were a client of yours, you're a client of them. So it just walks you right through answering all these questions. Or you can scroll down to your recommendation and just click ask for a recommendation. Okay, and this is what they look like. So once the person writes the recommendation, you get a notification, and then you just click add to your profile, and boom, it's added to your profile. Now we have the about section. This used to be called summary. It's now called about. This is about you. Okay. So now this is important. Now this appears just below your picture and headline, and this is not your life story. It's a summary of who you are and what you do, and what you have to offer. It's a brief description of positive business relationships. So, so get down to business. So you can use keywords, avoid long paragraphs. Like I create the bullet points. Now, it's not a regular formatting here, so you can't add official bullet points. So I just use the hyphen in front of the phrases. People tend to skim. People don't like reading long paragraphs, so it's easier to skim this way. This is about you, okay? Make sure it doesn't sound like you're looking for a job and this isn't your full company profile. That is in a different section. And again, that's the one I'm going to be covering next Thursday, same time, 11 o'clock. Okay. But here's where you toot your own horn. What are your passions? Why did you start your company? Where you've done some public speaking, name dropping is a good thing to do here too. Okay. Then we've got this featured section. Okay, so, and this is really cool. This is on your personal profile. It's not on the business page. So here you can add links to videos, blog posts, promos, upload files, PDFs, SlideShare presentations. So update them regularly. And this also helps with SEO and exposure, so you can take some out, put some in, and people can scroll through them. And so this is a way that you can feature your work And the whole idea of this is people start getting to know who you are and what you do. You're an expert in your field. Okay. So let's go to your network. Okay. So up on the top, you click on the little, my network icon. There we go, your network. Okay. And so here you'll see, you can see everybody that you're connected to. All right. Now, the best, if you're just starting out on LinkedIn, or if you haven't done this, one of the best things to do is to connect with the people you already know. And this doesn't matter if they're in the same industry. Again, remember, it's not who you know, it's who your friends know. You're going to have that phrase in your head engraved. And believe me, it really makes a difference this way. It really, really does. So what you do here is you can connect your address book if you're on Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo or wherever, and it imports all of your contacts. So then you get this. Okay, so here is everybody in your contact list. Okay, so you can invite them to connect. You can select all or pick, who you want to connect with. Okay, so the next step is inviting those who are on your list, but not on LinkedIn yet. Now, this is optional. I usually skip it, but I'm notified if they join. Not everybody that's on my list is ever going to be on LinkedIn, right? So, but if they do join for whatever reason, okay, I get a notification. So, and then then you can send them a connection request. And so every time somebody adds you to their network, you are notified. Okay. So this is one of the big things that LinkedIn does, and this is one of the ways that they make money. Okay. And I'll get into that. Should you upgrade or should you not upgrade? So you can see 5 people for free. So these are who's viewed your profile. If you upgrade, you can see everyone. However, okay, if someone has opted to stay anonymous or in private mode, you cannot see who they are, even as a pro user. Also, take a note to how bad the ones with no headshot look. It just gives you the idea that they don't care about their brand. So always put your best foot forward. You only have one chance to make a great first impression. Okay, search engines within LinkedIn. Okay, and it's a pretty powerful search engine. So you can search for people, groups, companies, jobs, and posts, even hashtags. And I'll get into hashtags in a little bit. So search by keywords or names. Now I mentioned groups, and groups are where you really can network with people. So you want to go to up in the upper right-hand corner of the home or up in the menu, you're going to click on work and then groups. So in groups, you can connect and network with like-minded people. Find your target market, industry leaders, peers, and referral sources. Okay, so like these are some of the groups that I belong to. Okay, and so you're going to share content in these and get known for your expertise. Don't spam or overshare. Respect the group's rules. Each of these groups, some are more open than others. Some are closed groups, like if you're for some alumni groups and associations, so they're usually closed groups. So you can search for groups from the homepage, enter keywords, location, and industry. Location if you need them, like Arizona Professional Networkers. But there you also have AZ. So it's an exact search. So you want to try different searches to find groups to join. And again, you also have alumni groups and associations. And you'll see the number of members and then click on the group to see how active they are. So you want a group where people are active. You join as yourself, not as your company. Okay? So when you're interested in a group, again, look to see how many members it has. Now, again, depending on what it is. Okay. So if you're in a national group, obviously there's going to be more people in in a popular topic. Like this is affiliate marketing, has over 58,000 members. Okay. But like a local, industry specific group might only have 200 members. Okay. But still those are, your peers in a specific industry or your target audience, or it could be referral sources. So you gotta, keep an open mind as you're joining these groups and who they are. But you're gonna hit request to join, and then the moderator or the owner will approve your membership. They'll look at your profile, so make sure it's complete before you start joining groups, and complete with the picture and everything. And you've got to, nobody needs to dig really deep to find what you are to say, okay, this is a real person, and we're gonna let them join. Okay, but always check their rules and respect them, please. Okay. All right. Posting and sharing. Okay, from home, you can start a post by writing in the box or sharing a link. You can share a photo, upload a video, create an event to which you can then invite your connections. Now, note though, you can create events on your company profile page, and I'll go over those next week. You can also write an article. Now, my trick here is to repurpose articles from my website, and it's okay to copy and paste it. Copy it from your website and put it and put it on LinkedIn. But at the bottom, you're gonna put a link that says this article originally appeared on, with a link to the original article on your website. That way, Google knows to give authority to your website post rather than the LinkedIn one. Okay. And you can also link within your article, link keywords to other articles on your website to help with SEO. And these, again, are legitimate backlinks. Okay. Now, when you click on write an article, here you can publish as your page or as yourself. Which one depends on who wrote the article. If a coworker wrote it, your partner, whomever, then go as your company page. If you wrote it, this helps with your credibility and expertise. And you can put it on both for extra exposure. I wouldn't do it, because supposedly when I get to the business pages and you can invite your connections to follow your business page, you don't want them to see duplicate content. But, so maybe you want to, you can copy it over to your business page, in a week or so to give it extra exposure that way. So this is their publishing platform, what it looks like when you click write an article. And you can also create a newsletter that people can subscribe to. So you'd have to literally go and invite people to subscribe to it. However, it only shows one article, not in the format of a traditional newsletter with 2 or 3 articles, and you can't put other stuff in there too. So it's a relatively new feature. I tried it with one of my clients and I'm like, nah, not worth it. But this is new. You can add mentions and hashtags now within the article. So let's say you quote somebody in this article. You could actually mention their LinkedIn and they'll be notified. Okay, so this is a way, so let's say you quote Elon Musk. Well, hey, just mention him in there and you'll get the notification. All right, who knows what will happen? Okay, and you could add hashtags too. Now, I wouldn't go overboard with the hashtags because that just gets really weird. And think of it too that when somebody clicks on a hashtag in your blog, it's going to, open up into a new window, and you're going to lose people that way too. So it's got its good points and bad points. But I'm going to go into hashtags in a second here, but so it's like you have to. I would hashtag your main keywords. Okay, so how do hashtags work on LinkedIn? So a hashtag is the # in front of a word or a phrase that makes it clickable and searchable. So you want to click on that hashtag, and all the posts with that hashtag come up. So the idea is to use them consistently on your posts, but don't overdo it. Okay, sending the article. Like on Instagram, people can follow hashtags. Okay, first search for the hashtag and see how many people are following it. Obviously, you want to use the one to have the most followers. So follow those hashtags yourself and comment on posts to get noticed. I was doing a search for a client the other day, and there was some that like had like 186, and I was like, and you know, he's a local business, so I figured these 186 could be anywhere all over the world, you know. So I was like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of, you know. So then I just kept hunting, and I did find 3 good hashtags for him to use regularly on his LinkedIn posts. So this is what it looks like on a LinkedIn post. Okay, so this is actually the post I did for this webinar. Okay, so so you see the variety of hashtags, and there really isn't a limit here. And like on Facebook and Instagram, you're limited to 30 hashtags. I don't think I've ever gotten to 30 hashtags, but you know, you want to just make sure you've covered all the main topics, the major keywords for this. And you notice that they're all LinkedIn. To make it faster, LinkedIn just puts you start typing the pound sign and then start typing a word, and it gives you suggestions of various hashtags. Okay, they're all lowercase. Now, you notice some of these have several words put together, right? So, if I'm thinking ahead of the hashtags, or if I have the hashtags written out like in a text file somewhere, I will capitalize the first letter of each word just so the human reader can see it better. So, you know, the way it is right now, it's really just great for the computer, because if somebody's following, you know, like the LinkedIn marketing one, for instance, they're gonna I'm gonna come up, you know, when somebody's following it. So then that's the whole thing. Same thing with small business is a popular one. Yeah. So and I discovered that digital marketing or digital marketing strategy has more people following it than digital marketing by itself. Okay. So, but I throw them all in there anyway. All right, so this brings next, as mentioning before, should you upgrade to pay or not to pay? Well, it depends on what you want to accomplish. So one benefit is that you can message or email someone who was not in your network. And so these are the different platforms they have, and they have other things too that they offer. The only problem is, again, I mentioned this before, even with the pro upgrade, you can't see people who wish to remain anonymous. Okay. Now, why would you want to remain anonymous? Well, it could be a headhunter in a company who doesn't want his employees to see that he's looking at people to replace them. Okay. Or an employee that is looking to find another job. Okay, so that there's different reasons why people become anonymous. You know, so I mean, it's whatever your situation is. Okay, this is a new feature. So creator mode for services. Okay, now some of these new features that I'm talking about are rolling out, and this means that not everyone can see it until, so they're letting a few people at a time get it till they've gotten all the bugs out of it. All right. So, but you can look for them. So if you offer services, there's a creator mode. Okay. So you have, you have a place. This is like another place to put more information. So you have 500 characters in your about section. Use them. Okay, so explain what you do. Throw in those keywords in there. And then you can add up to 10 services. Okay, this is in addition to the ones that you've got on your profile. So these are more keywords that will help you come up in searches. So this is really powerful if you offer a service. And within this too, now you can add up to 8 videos. So when you're doing when you're doing this and you're doing videos, video marketing is huge right now. And in fact, I recently did an article on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a webinar on YouTube coming up. It's not up on Eventbrite yet, but it's coming down the line. But you can add up to 8 videos in just this section. And if you, I created this graphic in Canva. I'm also going to be doing a branding one. I'm digging up these old webinars that I used to do way in the past and uploading them. Now, red, orange, and yellow are attention-grabbing colors. They create a sense of urgency. And so, again, I will be covering that in a future webinar on branding. But I love Canva, canva.com, and I will be sending the PDF and the video to everybody that's that registered. So there'll be live links within the PDF that you can get to all these places. Product reviews. Okay, now this is I'm sorry. This is back to this is still under the creator mode. So you can invite up to 20 people to review you and your services and your company. Okay, so you get 20 people a month. So you get these credits, and so that number refreshes every month. So if you invite 20 people in September, in October you can invite 20 more people. So this is pretty cool. Now in posting. So you get on LinkedIn to read people's posts. They work very similar to Facebook. So, but what's interesting is when you like, repost, or comment on a post, yours or somebody else's, your connections and followers will see it. Okay. So, and so that helps. I don't know if I like that or not, because, what you like might not be what I like, but that's just how it works. But think of it this way. If somebody likes or comments on a post or reposted something, they thought it was good enough to like it, to repost it or to comment or say something about it, so, take a look at it. If you're not interested, just keep scrolling, so that's it. Just more stuff to scroll through, though. Similar to Facebook, you can have a reaction. So these are the like. Obviously, you can applaud, you can care, you can laugh, love. The light bulb is it's a great idea, and then the little thinker is that's even more interesting. Okay, so the person who posted it will get a notification of your engagement. Okay, so what to share? Okay, so share industry-related news, write relevant articles, do behind the scenes of your company, and share ideas in industry-related groups or groups where your target market will appreciate the information. The idea being that you're sharing, not selling. Okay. So, and again, it's not who you know, it's who your friends know. So, if somebody asks me, I used to get, do you know any professional photographers? So I say, okay, what part of Phoenix are you in? So I said, oh, I'm in the East Valley. So I'll go, okay, no problem. I'll connect. I'll connect you. So where do I go? I go to my LinkedIn virtual Rolodex and go to photographer and see who's in the East Valley. So that's why you want to make sure that that you come up in searches when people are searching for what they're doing. Okay, what not to post? Okay, don't post random photos, math or logic problems, games. Guess where this is? Somebody. So, don't spam people. Be careful with anything political. All right. I don't know what to say about this, but there's a lot of stuff that offend people these days. And so you just have to be careful. Stick to your industry. All right. LinkedIn is not Facebook. It's a professional network. So please refrain from posting personal, casual posts like what you had for lunch, politics and personal opinions. Okay. And that's it. Just be wise, about what you're posting. Okay. Now we're at the end of my thing, so I got to plug my services here. So before you do any social media marketing, you need a website that is optimized for search engines, collects leads, and or generates sales. Now, did you know that WordPress is the most popular website content management system? They have over 64% of the CMS market, content management systems. Okay, it's very user friendly, and I can teach you not only how to manage your WordPress website as well as blog effectively on the platform, but also I can guide you to build your own WordPress website in a few days. And this is a new service specifically for small business owners who find the cost of hiring a professional designer or developer out of reach. And this will benefit whoever is on Wix, Weebly, GoDaddy, Site Builder, or any of the site builders, and you're not getting the traffic to your website. But then a self-hosted WordPress website is your answer. If you're on any of these free websites and outgrown them, this is for you. And what I mean by that is you want to add different things to it. And what happens to these sites is when you want to start adding stuff to it, they start nickel and diming you to death, and it becomes very expensive. So it's way less expensive to have a self-hosted WordPress website where you can get a lot of free plugins, free themes, and you can basically do anything you want to on it because it's yours. It's the difference being from renting in a condo where you can't really do any redecorating or remodeling, but you own it. And also, if your website was built before July of 2019, or you have an old WordPress site and you have not kept up with the Google Core Web Vitals update, okay, and if you missed last week's SEO webinar, you can go over to my YouTube channel, or it's also on my website, and check it out, because I go into the details of the Core Web Vital updates. And if you don't pass the test on these things, you're just not going to come up in Google. So if you want to be found when potential clients are searching for what you have to offer, okay, so just visit my website. Let's do a 15-minute phone call, and I can take a look at what you've got now, and we can talk about it. Also, if you want to do it yourself, I have my book, which is a blueprint. It's an ebook right now available for the Amazon Kindle. If you don't have a Kindle, the device, you can also use it on the computer with the Kindle app, which is available for free. And it's got everything in here. It's the blueprint. It's step-by-step what you need to know, from putting a marketing plan together to how to use hashtags. I'll be sending you the free Define Your Target Market workbook. And you can also schedule a free 15-minute phone consultation. I'll take a look at your website. I'll test it for SEO. I'll take a look at your social media and give you some tips on how you can improve it. Okay, so we are at question time. So I'm going to end this and switch screens. Stop sharing this screen. And so I'm going to now, everybody, you can unmute yourself if you have questions. I saw some links to some LinkedIn profiles here, and that will do that. Okay, let me go and start the screen share again. There's the screen. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, now's the time. Okay, we are looking at Sue. Let me move this chat out of the way. Oops, this way. All right. Okay. Mission Viejo, California. Wow. Okay, welcome, Sue. You can let's see. Where are you in here? There you are. Okay. You can unmute. Okay, you're number 2 to me.
Yeah, I just added a follow to you, but I don't know why but we might be number two because we have like Sabrina Gibson, Diana Whitley.
Okay.
She's a friend of mine.
Oh,
Sabrina,
cool. Okay.
I only follow her, but yeah.
Okay.
So,
That's interesting. Yeah, I know Diana too. Yes.
oh, okay.
I remember she moved though. She used to be in Phoenix.
Yeah, that's what
Moved to
I was
Las
thinking.
Vegas.
And now she's in Las
Yeah,
Vegas
yeah,
now, right? Yeah.
yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So what do you
Okay.
think when I liked when you said name dropping? So I had the pleasure, my daughter and I, who is my business partner, we actually met Kevin Harrington. That's why I have him at the top there
Okay.
for name dropping. But what do you recommend? What else I can do? What I have, if you go down to the bottom of where my employment and stuff is,
Uh-huh.
I was a HR professional for over 40 years and
Mm-hmm.
left that profession when COVID hit, and now I'm a hypnotherapist and I'm
Okay.
helping
Cool.
people overcome bad habits. The feedback I received from other people is keep your corporate jobs in there. It looks like stability. You've got a
Yes.
different mishmash. So I like that. But, activity, I didn't know what else I could add on there because I know that's,
Okay. Well, let's start with one
yeah.
thing here. Okay. If there's a way that
Okay.
you could redo this graphic because you've got this blank area here and you can need to move the text over because it's being blocked by your picture. And you can't
Right.
move this. This is just the way the structure is. So you just need to move
Okay.
it over a little bit so that the text isn't covering it up here. Okay. And so, like I mentioned, the about section, here you can put everything, all the bad habits that people have. Do you want to quit smoking? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want,
Oh,
I worked with a hypnotherapist some years ago. It was a client of mine. Do you bite your nails? What are you trying to, so you want to do here, you want to list the bad habits, so somebody's searching for
oh,
how do I stop smoking, and
yeah.
it's like, I've tried everything. Like, have you tried hypnosis yet? So that's the thing. So you want to do that. And, so actually, and then, weight loss is another big thing. Whatever the bad habits are that you've helped people with, you want to put those all in there. Now you qualify
Okay.
for the services thing. So let me see. Okay, you're not going to see that here. So let me go. I'm going to pop on over to mine. So you should be able to see that where it says add more, add a profile section. You should be able to
Oh,
see add services. Okay,
oh,
so here's where you can, it's another place to add more keywords. Okay, so here again, you've got 500 characters in this about section. I think you've got like 2,000 in the one on the main profile page. But then here's the services you provided. Here's the video. You can put up to 8 videos. Like I said, I got 3 up here because I'm just gonna put up the webinars.
yeah.
And then here you can put reviews. So I've already used 15 of my 20 credits on this. So yeah. So let's go back to
So how, so
a
how do
second.
how do I find that to add that on my,
That should appear somewhere where you see add more because when you're looking at your profile, you'll see this add profile section and open
okay,
to. So
okay,
open to, will also give you finding a new job or hiring, which that's not applicable. Um,
right.
and so I think I don't remember what it looked like before I added it in here because now it's
Okay,
just somebody automatically there. But you should be
right.
able to see this somewhere, either that or under add a profile section. So
Okay,
so yeah, and then you're going to see, and then everyone will see analytics of how many profile views, how many post impressions. That means how many times your post was seen by somebody in the last 7 days. This is your search appearances. So when people are searching and you came up in search. Okay,
oh,
so that's what that is. Maybe here's where it is. And so you might scroll down where it says resources. and it
Uh-huh.
might be there because it says creator mode on. So it's creator mode.
And I do have creator mode on. I did turn that on. So,
Okay, so if you go in there and edit it, you can add that information in there and add the
Oh.
service information. Yes. So
Okay,
here you
great.
have so here you have your network, and it says 6 other resources here. So you have this has been added, personal demographic information, what it's mostly for LinkedIn's database. Okay.
Right.
And then so here's your articles, your items would be everything, this is like everything I've jobs that I've applied for before, and let me see. So saved posts. So this is new too. You can save posts from other
Wow.
people. So you can click on the 3 dots in a post, and the first one will be saved post. So this is similar to Facebook. So if you want to read it later, or you want to use it for reference, then like this one, I have a client that does security cameras and stuff like that. So we're going to be following new companies coming in and new builds, new commercial buildings. So that's going to be one of the things. So that's why I saved this article. Yeah. And so wait, let me get this thing out of the way now. Hold on. Yeah, it gives you all these cool little windows, but they're like in the way. All right. Oops.
Yeah.
Somebody's coming in. Admit. Okay. For those of you who came in late, everybody will be getting the full video of the whole webinar. So now we're just going through LinkedIn. Okay, so when you're home, okay, if you want to go to your profile, you just click on your picture here, or you can also access it from the Me menu. Okay, the groups are over here. So here are the groups. And here's where you create a company page. And again, I'll be talking about those next
No, just for
week.
dinner. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Somebody's asking me a question.
Okay. So anybody else have questions? And I know let me go to the chat. There were a few people here. Okay, okay, Jen had to leave. Okay. Jen, did you come back? No, she left. Okay. So Nancy. All right. Okay. My first impression is you've got too much text up here. Yeah, there's too much text in this graphic. I don't know what to read first. Your contact info should be here. Okay, so there's your phone number there. So I wouldn't put it up in the graphic. The graphic is like an advertisement, not, more an advertisement than a business card, where you can put more information here. You've got the services things going, so that's good. Then you've got your feature going. That's great. Your activity. So you got your about section. Okay. I would try to convert to bullet points a little bit, because again, you got too many long paragraphs. So that's my recommendation for you. Let's see, where are you? Still here? Did I lose you too? Oh, well, okay. I guess she's gone. All right. No, this thing is back up here again. All right. All right. All right, let me go back to the chat and see. Let's see who else is still here. Allison, are you still here? Let's see, Allison. Okay. Samia? Okay. AJ. All right. AJ, Sean needs a picture. And same thing with the text too. You need to redo your graphics so the text isn't isn't obscured by the headshot image.
Excuse me, I have a picture. I don't know why it's not showing up.
Oh, you do. Maybe because we're not connected. Hold on. I don't know. That'll change it, but all right, there's a new connection request. So I don't know if I'll see it. It's possible there's a setting that if you're not connected, that it doesn't show the image. That's possible. That's in the global settings. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So your background graphic, if you redo it on Canva to the specified dimensions, so it's not being blocked by the text, so it'll just look better. And the same thing I said to Nancy's. You really don't need this here because I would rather put, the houses and your logo in there, because your location is here, your contact info is here. You can probably go to the creator mode and add the services because you're providing the service. Okay, so you can put your phone number here. Okay, and and add your websites here too. With your email, so you can put the phone number here, and if somebody is, and what that too will make it easy if somebody's on the LinkedIn mobile app, it'll on the phone, it'll just connect right to the phone if you put it in your contact information rather than in a graphic. Then we'll work in a graphic. Okay, so that's my recommendation here. Activities, that's good. Okay. So you do residential, commercial, real estate, specialties. Good. That's good. Okay. And your keywords, skills, real estate, commercial real estate. You got your 50 skills. Okay, fantastic. Recommendations. Okay, try and get more recommendations.
Okay. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So you have to be connected to somebody to request a recommendation. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see who else. Okay. Okay. Sue, I did. Who else is here? Okay. Jen had to leave. Anybody else have a question?
I do again. Thank you. That was really helpful. You going over mine. I really appreciate that. But, looks like LinkedIn is modifying or updating all the time. So how do I know when LinkedIn changes are happening? I mean, do they send any alerts out or,
They really don't.
Know?
Well, I follow a bunch of different social media and digital marketing people, and that's how I find out about it.
Okay.
And so that's why I have to update these webinars every time I do them.
Yeah.
So I mean, sometimes you'll see them and you'll just recognize it's a new feature. Like when I saw that the website is here, it's there. It wasn't there before. It's there now. So, and then and then all of a sudden I saw the creator mode. I don't see the that thing here. Okay. Yeah. So, and so it's like, okay. And, so it's really hard. They don't really do that. And then again, here is the contact information. So a lot of people just have this, which helps nobody. Okay. If you don't want people to call you, you don't have to put your phone number on here. Okay. I wouldn't put my address here unless you're in an office where you want people to come and visit. Okay. So here's here's where you put your website and sometimes you can choose company. I choose other, so it actually says AZ Social Media Wiz rather than company website there. So it's just more part of the branding.
Okay.
And then you can have several. So if you have a blog, if you have another project that you're working on, you can add that too. And so, and then I think you have up to two Twitter profiles. So, and what makes that easy if you put your Twitter in here is when you're sharing from another website, you want to share to LinkedIn, it gives you the option to share both to your profile and to your LinkedIn, and your Twitter profile, which just saves time, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. So, what, anything else? Any other questions? Anything
Well,
else you want
the only thing else I'd ask is that I've heard so many different times that is there a better day of the week and a better time of the day that for posting? Does it really matter? Because, you know, I know when I was in corporate, all of my counterparts were on their email. They were checking social media the first hour or two in their
Again,
little
it really
cubicles.
depends.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're local, so usually I kind of avoid Monday mornings, and if I'm going to post something Monday, it will be like 11 o'clock. And then
Okay.
lunch times, because some people, you know, if they have time, they'll be on lunch times. Fridays at 3 o'clock. Okay. If somebody's in an office, you're waiting for 4:30 or 5 o'clock to roll around, they're bored. Where are they? They're on social media. Okay. So that's also a good time. Usually in the mornings are good. And again, you can play with it. So it really depends. Let me see, because if you go to your network, okay, now they're showing when people are on. Okay, and so I'm not sure what the two different circles means the difference here, but they're on. It could be on and dormant. Regina, are you on? I saw you pop in. I'm gonna try something. So what does this mean that you're on here? Can I do the?
Yes, I'm on. I was
Hi, Regina.
I was trying to find my unmute button.
Oh. Okay, because they've added a new feature, especially in the mobile app, that you can actually start a video conversation with somebody who's on. And I think that's what these dots mean. So, but I don't know the difference. I have to look into what the difference is between the.
Did you want me to get on my LinkedIn and see how it looks?
Yeah, because it's showing that you're on. But there's a difference, and I don't know if you're one is active or one is you're logged in but not active. I don't know what the difference is. But I will look that up because I just noticed that.
Yeah, no, I'm not active. I'm logged in, but I'm not active at all. I haven't been on LinkedIn all day.
Okay. So I think that's probably the difference. So the let's see if I go back to my connections. Okay, yeah. So it shows us. No, wait, Regina. There you are. So it shows. Okay, so it shows the white and green dot, the green circle. Okay, so when somebody is active on it, it will be a solid green. Thanks, Regina, for that. You helped me decipher.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here in your network, you'll see any pending invitations. So these will be people that, based on who I follow, that LinkedIn thinks that I might be interested in. Why in heaven's sake do they think I'd be interested in Robert Downey Jr.? I have no idea. I don't know. I have to laugh at that one. Okay. But you can follow, here's where you can follow people, So now here's people from my college, and believe they're way younger than I am, so I do not know them. Top emerging creators to follow. Okay, I wonder what do you need to get under that category? So this is one of the things. So usually, audio events near you. So this is a new feature. They've changed this too. People with similar roles. Now here's people I may know in Greater Phoenix. Now we're talking. Okay, now we're talking. People I may know in Greater Phoenix area. So So, and here you can click to see all, and you'll see more people here. Now, if you click the connect button here, they're going to get an invitation automatically. So you can't write a hi, I think we should, or so and so, told us that we should connect, and that kind of thing. So it'll just send them a connection request. Now, when you get a connection request, you can take a look at the person. Where are they located? What do they do? Will it benefit you, or do they want to sell you something? Okay, so you don't have to accept the request. They will not get a notification that you ignored them. Okay, but usually I get people from all over the world, and I'm like, and then they can follow me without my having to connect with them. So that's another thing that I like when they changed that. They changed that a few years ago, so you can follow somebody without being connected to them. So if you want to see what I'm posting, keep the text of what I'm posting, then you could just follow me. Okay. Here's where your notifications are going to be. So they're going to, I tried the premium, but it really didn't. For what I needed it for, it really didn't help me. But again, you can try the premium if you want to try any one of their services. So if I go here, see all plans. So these are the different plans that they have. You can try it for. So this is a 1 month trial. So you can try it, cancel it any time. And so you can see if you're doing it now. If you're a recruiter and you want to hire people, then maybe the recruiter one will work. The sales navigator, it helps you find leads and accounts and target markets, and you can it kind of becomes a contact management system. So you can keep track of, okay, I sent so and so an email on this day, and this was their response, or they didn't respond, or whatever, that kind of thing. And so then you've got the career, for job seekers, and then the business is the next, the kind of like, a little bit more anyway. So, okay. Any other questions?
Giselle,
yes.
Actually, I apologize in advance because I have not updated my my profile since we talked. So I know I won't post it and show you, but I have a question about segmenting. Is there a way to hack segmenting for like local? If you have something, I have a friend who's doing a gallery opening, and it doesn't make sense to send it to people in Europe, but at the same time.
Okay, so let me go to my, hold on, let me go to my page, and I'll show you that it needs to be set up as an event. Okay, so I'm going to switch to, actually, no, hold on. Okay, I'm going to switch to view as a member. It's just easier to get to the event without going through the thing. Okay, no, maybe not. Hold on, sorry about that. This is the business page, and I'll get into that. But you can have an event on your personal profile, but I don't have any on my personal profile. So if I do here, okay. So if I go here, all right. Okay. So if you're looking at the event and you created it, you're going to see invite. Okay. Locations. You can put all the surrounding cities, so if I'm doing a local event, so I'll put Phoenix, Scottsdale, greater Phoenix area, and then it'll just show me the people that are just in that area. Okay, got it? David?
This was worth the price of admission just for that. Yeah, that's fantastic. I didn't know you could do that. So that's fantastic.
Okay,
Thanks.
yeah. So if you're on the personal profile, so like if he's had somebody else's gallery and not and it's not his own gallery, so he wouldn't have access to if the gallery has a LinkedIn business page, so he could do it on his personal one. So that would be, so see, these are all the events because I'm the speaker, so they're showing up on my personal profile. But you can add it here, and you can set up the event here and then invite people in. Good question. Anything else? Oh, let me show you something else here. All right. I was getting a little annoyed here because I kept seeing old posts. Okay. And I'm thinking, why am I seeing these old posts? And I don't want to see something that was 3 days ago. Right. I want to see the most recent stuff. That's here. Okay. So top is the people that you follow, the people that you've liked stuff, the people that you've commented on, that you've had more interaction with. Those are going to come up first when you choose top. If you choose recent, then you're going to see everything in chronological order. Okay, so she just posted this. Okay, this is a promoted one. Okay, so you're wondering, why am I seeing this? It's a promoted post. Okay, that's how LinkedIn makes money. Okay, so here, this person liked this. So this is why I kept saying, like, when somebody likes your profile, that helps you because they'll and when you like other people's stuff. Okay, so this is a way to get noticed. Baseball. Okay. Oh, this was the Grand Slam everyone was talking about. It was a Grand Slam. It was on Twitter, and I was like, look, somebody had a Grand Slam. Okay. Yeah. So this is this is retail. Okay. So this is a B2C. Actually, this is a B2C company. Okay. So this person liked it. Okay. And this was like the third, like 3 posts in. So she's probably following this guy. And so she saw this post and she liked it. Okay. And you always have the option to follow these people or click on their profile and actually take a look at it and ask them to connect. And condolences to the United Kingdom. The Queen had passed away. So just before I started, I saw it on Twitter. Yeah. So anyway, so this is the feed. Okay. Any more questions? Anybody else that wants me to look at their profile? Okay, that's still on. Because if you're not, Hey, nobody else? Nothing else?
Did you go over Sales Navigator at all? I see that on here. Any feedback? Did I miss that?
No, I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it because in what I do, I discover that just contacting people out of the blue, it doesn't help because they may not need me, so I kind of, that's why I do all these webinars and stuff and write the articles and that. So when people need me, they can find me. I work more on the, I used to be in sales long ago. So I kind of rely now on the inbound marketing, and have people find me and, and then make connections that way. And rather than, being more proactive. It just doesn't work for me personally, just because of my business and the way it is, because not everybody is ready for what I have to offer, or not everybody needs what I have to offer, so yeah. So I haven't tried it, but you can try it for free for 30 days. So it's, just try it for free for 30 days. It's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I don't think that'll help me either. And I've heard 90% of the people are able to actually grow their LinkedIn without having Sales Navigator. So thank you for validating that, because I agree 100%.
Yeah. And and it's easy if participating in groups. Oh, let me go to the groups. I didn't go to the groups. Hold on, go to the groups. Okay. So, all right. So here is Arizona small business owners. Okay. So here you can invite connections. This is the group rules. Okay. So, so that kind of thing. This one's really open. Doesn't have, that's specific with the rules. So people, pin, here he has an announcement, and that kind of thing. It's again, more groups are active than others. So you want to find a group that, for your location, for instance, David, the gallery guy. So he could also find groups to post his event in here. If so when you search in here, again, it's an exact search. So if I put in AZ, okay, let's see, AZ Realtors. Let's see what's here for AZ Realtors. I know you're in Connecticut, doesn't matter. So I click so searchable all of LinkedIn, and then I click on groups. Okay. So here you see, okay, so here's AZ area realtors and affiliates. So there's only 21 members. Okay. And this is the Scottsdale and Phoenix. So this is specific. So this is West and Southeast realtors of the Valley. Okay. So the Phoenix Valley here, for those of you who are not in this state, it's humongous. Okay. I mean, it's huge. It really is. There's a lot of distance between the East Valley and the West Valley, and then the North and the South here. So there's a lot of areas to travel. So that's why,
what a lot of people are trying to measure is that I sent the connection request.
Was that? Whoops, I lost you. Sorry, who was that? Okay, I think I lost you. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so you want to take a look and see, you want to take a look at the group, and if you're not a member, you can join. Okay. Some of them say join, so anybody can join. So it's a more open group. Other one is request to join. So that then a moderator or the owner will take a look at your profile and just to decide if they're going to spam them or not, so if you're a legit person that just wants to use it for networking, and sharing information, then that works. So, and then here in the search, you can, search for people. So if I hit see all results, so I'm going to pull up every single Regina here. And so your firsts are going to come up first, and then all the seconds, so you can see, you can see who they are, where they are, and so forth. You can, if so it's like, oh, her name is Regina and I can't remember, what, and so you can narrow it down by location. And that kind of thing, and or current company, so that's why it's really important to put your full name on your profile. Okay, if there are any more questions, then we're gonna kind of end this thing. Thank you for coming, and in a little while after lunch, you'll get an email with the video. For those of you who came in late, that's okay, I understand. And the PDF, and also some additional resources. So again, thank you for coming. And
question.
Oh, David, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So what's your philosophy going back to the profile page on tying your profile, basically your description of who you are, to your website, since you're linking to your website and your about page there? I mean, do you mirror them at all? Is it good for search engine optimization to have people come from your website back to LinkedIn?
Well, yeah, you want to put, connect with me on LinkedIn on your website so they can go back to LinkedIn, so they can follow you on LinkedIn. So you want that. You want the LinkedIn, you want to make it easy for them to connect with you on LinkedIn and follow you on social media too. On on your LinkedIn profile, you want to have your website there because then that still helps with SEO going both ways, actually. Yes, it does. Yeah.
But
Did I answer your question?
Yeah, but your about page on your website is going to be very different, I imagine, than what's
Yeah, because obviously you have more space, so yeah, so yeah, you can put your LinkedIn, yeah, so sure, you can put it there, absolutely. Yeah.
This is great.
Okay, anybody else? No other questions? Okay, going, gone. Thank you so much for being on tonight. And remember, next week is the business page side. I'm going to get into all the features of the business page side. So hope to see you then. All righty, take care. Have a great day.
Thanks,
And,
Giselle. That was really
Bye.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like it and subscribe to her channel. Then, click on over to the AZ Social Media Wiz website to download the free Define Your Target Market Workbook or schedule a free 15-minute phone consultation and review of your marketing efforts.